The more you obsess over getting lean, the more you're complicating a very simple process. And that should hype you up, bro, because it's simple and easy. I'll break it down in this video. Training, lifestyle, nutrition, I'll tell you everything, man. Everything that's been working for me to get me from over 16, 17% body fat all the way down to about 14 in literally just 2 weeks. I've been lean before. I was a boxer all my life, so I'm very used to it. And I know what it takes to actually stay in amazing shape. When I looked in my home bathroom mirror and I didn't see any abs, I didn't see any veins, I didn't see any striations, I saw fucking nothing, bro. I thought to myself, am I a joke, man? Because I've always looked in that mirror and just thought, yeah, I'm looking sick. Like, I've never really had any complaints about my physique, but until I put on too much body fat, right? So now I actually figured out the way to get lean so fucking fast. And you might say like, oh, like everyone says that shit, but bro, hear me out, right? I've had times where I've had to fucking research something and get it done fast. I've got a master's in engineering, right? But I'm not just like some nerd engineering student, bruv. I used to do these assignments over fucking night. Overnight. My bachelor thesis, I wrote it in 3 nights. I remember me and my mate, we were inside the massive computer room it was like 200 computers in the university. It's the biggest computer room there. We're there, it's 2 a.m. fucking blasting music, and we are cranking out this thesis. We've had fucking nearly 10 months to write this shit, bro, and I'm literally there 3 days away from the deadline. We just stayed up for 3 days straight. We fucking slept in shifts to make sure none of us sleep for over half an hour. So one guy would be sleeping for half an hour. I'd set the half an hour timer. I'd go wake him up. I'd fall asleep. Bro, I know how to research shit efficiently and fast. And yeah, I got a first class in that thesis. I got a first class in both my theses. And I know how to research my way out of a certain problem. My problem here is that I had excess body fat, and I wanted to basically strip the body fat whilst keeping the muscle. The reason I got too fat, by the way, is because I bulked up by 20 something kilograms, right? Over the course of less than a year. So you can imagine I put on too much fat. And now I'm getting to the point where I've figured out the training, nutrition, and lifestyle principles that will literally fucking strip your fat away, bro. You're at the point maybe where you're not happy with where you're at, or maybe you are getting to that sort of 14, 13, you're seeing your abs come through, you're seeing the striations in your shoulders, but you want to take it to the next level. You want to get to fucking 10%, 11%, maybe even below that. Well, these principles, you have to fucking follow them like a Spartan regimen, bruv. It's simple, but sometimes it won't be easy, and I'll explain as we go through the video. So look, bro, rule number one is that you have to be a bit of an outlier in the gym. Yeah, you can't just be this normal motherfucker. You have to be the people that, like you and your mates, if you go together, right? You have to be the people that people look at when you're training. People are like, who the hell are these people? Who do they think they are? Because you're screaming, you're shouting, you're going to fucking failure, you're encouraging each other. If you're alone, you're grunting. Bro, make some fucking noise in your sets. Train to failure. And look, don't overdo it with the volume if you're training to failure. When you're cutting, yeah, I figured out that you could even train twice a week, just do full body twice a week, you'll retain your muscle. But you can, in a slight deficit, increase your muscle mass, so you might want to train a little bit more. And me personally, bro, if I went to the gym only twice a week, I'd go fucking crazy. Like, if I could only train twice a week, I'd literally go crazy. Bro, I did fucking 4 training sessions yesterday. 3 boxing sessions, 1 weight session. And you don't have to be like that. You don't have to be that extreme. You'll see in like later on, the cardio is not sports or anything, it's just completely optional what I did. Like, a long story short, bro, I actually moved to Georgia and I've gone fucking crazy. Like, over the first few days I lived here in isolation, no one speaks English. I started thinking I've got like problems, and obviously I'm not living like a normal person, like going out to the clubs and all that shit. I'm actually here for a different type of purpose. And yeah, bro, I figured out that without boxing in my life, I'm going crazy. So I had to reintroduce that into some capacity. And your diet needs to be a system. And what I mean by that can best be described as, whenever I call my dad here, right? And he's on the phone and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, making lunch, because I call the guy at the same time. And he's like, what you got for lunch today? Steak, eggs and potato. I'm like, yeah, how did you know? He's like, because for the past few days it's been the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, okay. And that is what I mean by turning your diet into a system. Now look, you could be like me, you could be a bit more like Spartan fucking ruthless mode and just have a few ingredients like I've literally got steak, eggs, chicken, chicken breast, potato, rice, banana, some yogurt, butter to cook in, whey protein powder and creatine powder. That's it. I think that's it. I'm literally here trying to think like I've got anything else. I don't think so. And seasonings. I eat seasonings and I don't give a fuck about the calories, bro. Like, I just see it as no calories. And I'll tell you why. Because what I'm going to tell you with the cardio side, that puts you in a lot of power. But with the nutrition, it just has to be on autopilot. You just have to know what you're going to eat every single day. Oh, and I eat onions, tomatoes, and shit like that. But like just stuff that you cut up and put into the food. But what I really want to drill into you is that your diet has to be something where you have a pool of foods, you select what you have out of that. Like yesterday, out of my pool of foods, I tossed up some onions, put some like masala, as in spices on it, and I tossed all that onion into some rice, and now I've got like some spicy rice, like Jamaican style, Indian style rice, and I literally just ate that with Georgian barbecue seasoned chicken that I just put on the pan for like 6 minutes and it's cooked. So the meals that I make are so easy to cook. It is unbelievable, like how people struggle with their diet and they're like, oh, I can't be asked to cook. I'm just like, bro, it literally takes 15 to 20 minutes to cook it, 10 minutes to eat it, bro, half an hour, fucking done. And I eat 2 big meals a day with 2 snacks. So you can imagine my diet doesn't take much time. And what I really value about it is that I don't think about it. And when I don't think about my diet, I don't like my life just feels really good when I'm not thinking about diet all the time. So with some base rules for your diet, right? You're on a cut, your macronutrient split, let's talk about it. I always think about the fats as like a bit of a risk because a fat has got 9 calories per gram of fat. Carbs and protein have got 4 calories per gram, right? So a gram of fat is over twice as like calorically dense as carbs or protein. So what you want to do is when you're cooking, you need to take like the tiniest amount of the butter or whatever you're cooking. It better not be some refined bullshit oil. Just use like olive oil or butter. That's what I'd say, bro. It's the easiest thing ever. Not margarine, like actual butter. Half a teaspoon of that, chuck it in the pan, just enough to not make things stick. That's it. Just enough so that your food doesn't stick on the pan. And with the eggs, you can eat a shit ton of egg white, but the yolk is very fatty. So you could do what I do and just eat like 2 to 3 eggs every day. I know it's not the best because like, oh, but your testosterone, bro, like it's all good, bro. Trust me. So just eat enough fats to keep the testosterone ticking over, right? We're not looking to like massively increase it or anything. If you wanted to increase your testosterone, bro, ultimately just go on fucking drugs. Like there's guys who are top performers, their testosterone probably ain't even that high. Yeah. And the protein, you want to be eating about a gram or zero point 0.8 grams per pound of your body weight, right? So just stick to that. Don't worry if you get like 110 in for one day. You can just like make up for it over the week, bro. The most important thing I actually wanted to tell you comes with the carbohydrates, right? Just make sure you're eating carbs around your training. That's all you need to do. If you've got a training session at, let's say, like 5 p.m., you literally just finish work, you go straight to, let's say 6 p.m. then. 6 p.m. you're training. You want to have been fueled up by a carb heavy meal about 2 hours before that. So you might be the weird guy at work who eats his lunch at like 4 p.m. 4 p.m. You might just eat like some rice and chicken. And then you go and train. But just before you train, you want to be eating some simple carbohydrates like a banana or a piece of fruit. I know some people do sweets, but we're not doing that, bro. Like, we're not eating that refined bullshit. You want to eat whole foods, okay? Whole foods are higher quality, so when you maybe even go over your calories a bit, right? They don't spike your hormones like crazy, give you intense cravings, fuck up your leptin, your ghrelin. These are your hormones, right? For hunger and fullness. So you don't want to fuck those hormones up with foods that are literally designed to do that. Okay? The easiest way to literally make sure your diet's in check is just to make sure you're eating whole single ingredient foods that you just know they're good for you, bro. Like the frozen fucking chicken aisle, like the frozen food in Aldi or wherever shop you go to, look at the label on there. Like read the ingredients. It's probably got some shit in there you don't even know like how to say. So it's probably not the best for you, is it? So with the carbohydrates, yeah, you want to have a simple carb, so something fast digesting 15-20 minutes before, something complex like rice, potatoes, 2 to 3 hours before. You'll be good. Same thing for after the training session, but reversed. You want to have simple carb, like literally straight after training, just have a banana in your bag, fucking speed reload, eat that shit quick, like straight after you trained. Get home, lounge around a bit, make the food, or maybe it's already made for you if you've got a girlfriend or whatever, or you know what I mean? She's gonna just tell her to make that shit. Again, potatoes, steaks, eggs, like eat that shit up, man. Eat quite a bit of it as well. Because what I usually think is easiest is just have 2 meals in the day and 2 snacks. That's the easiest way if you want to cut. You can easily hit your calories. I'm hitting about 2.2k calories, right? And that is actually my maintenance. I'm hitting my maintenance calories on a cut, and then I'm using my steps, so the cardio, to be my deficit, okay? And oh, bro, honestly, I've never been into walking that much. I've always been more into like sports training, right? I've been doing sports since I was 4 years old. I've been fighting since I was 4. I've always been into it. Running wise, I know running is a big part of fighting, but what we would do, like the max I'd ever do is like a 5k a week, right? But walking, it's weird because there's zero fatigue. So you could literally you could go on a 2-hour walk and have like a 10-minute rest and then do a full-on weight session. I don't advocate for that. No fucking point. Save your energy for your weights, because the whole point of the weight training is that you progressively overload. You actually put on a lot of mass, and so let me say that again. You put on a lot of strength, and that correlates to your mass. Okay, the stronger the muscle, the more potential there is for force production. Hence why it gets bigger. Yeah. You can put on a lot of strength just in the 5 to 8 to 10 rep range. You don't need to be doing like 15, 20, 30 reps, okay? You don't need to do that. You can if you want. You're going to get a big pump, but that's like sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. It's not myofibrillar. Myofibrillar means that the muscle density is also increasing and the size is increasing. When it comes to sarcoplasmic, it's just like the muscles filling up with fluid, and it might not correlate to afterwards, right? Like it might not actually increase the size of the muscle. You want to aim for myofibrillar. The only way that you can guarantee that you're increasing your muscle is just that you're getting stronger. That's it. Just get stronger every week. To do that, you need to do your carbohydrate timing that I told you already in this video. And bro, like I said, it's fucking simple, right? It ain't gonna be easy though because of the craving. So look, back to the cardio that I was talking about. What I'd say is, definitely go on walks because it helps you introspect, right? Especially when you're not just on your phone like the whole time. Maybe you could even listen to an audiobook, you can listen to a podcast. I'm probably going to download a couple podcasts and go on like a fucking bender of a walk today, 3 hours or some shit. And it's a rest day, so that's why I do it. But aim for 100,000 steps every single week. 100,000 steps is the fucking golden number that will get you to your result. Fuck the 10k steps a day. Stop doing the maths in your head, but 100,000 divided by 7 is 14,200 something. Bro, fuck that shit. Stop overthinking it. It's simple. You want to get lean, you want to look good, you want your face to develop some more like chiseling. Bro, my face looked like fucking shit. I remember like, I looked at my face and I started like touching it thinking like, fuck bro, I look like a fat little baby. I've got like baby fat on my face. I look like one of them brown boys who just fucking drives a like really fast, shitty, loud car and like smokes shisha in there. I look like one of them. It was fucked. I hate that shit, bro. I hated it. I looked at myself and I just thought, bro, fuck. You've become what you swore to destroy type shit. Now, the alternative to doing 100,000 steps a week which is, bro, I just think if everyone just did that, everyone that watches this video, you, bro, you fucking did that shit, you would see such sick results. I've also got a video that I'm planning to make, right? Is that you're a million steps away from a six pack. Because it's fucking true. 10 weeks of 100,000 steps a week and you got a fucking six pack. How cool is that? A million steps and you get a six pack. Just do a million fucking steps, bro. You got this shit. If you're a fat bastard, maybe like 1.5 million, 2 million. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just get your steps in. It's the easiest way to get lean. And I wish that someone just drilled this into me the way that I'm drilling it into you. Is that 100,000 steps a week is all you fucking need to get lean. It's so fucking easy. It's piss. It's simple. And you probably, bro, you can look back in my videos. Look how fucking fat I was like a few weeks ago. Look at my face. It literally looks different. I feel better. I look better. Bro, I'm not even fatigued. And the alternative to the 100,000 steps is doing 50,000 steps, but with a sport. Yeah, so you're averaging like 7k steps a day, but you're training a sport alongside it. If you're training like 3-4 times a week, high intensity sport, I would say yeah, just do 50,000 steps. But the only problem with that is like yesterday, I'm there after all my boxing sessions. I took the fucking Uber back home. Right outside my house there's a Carrefour market. It's like it's just some shop, bruv. It's just a shop that sells food, and I go in there and I know like I need to top up some yogurt, so I go to buy the yogurt and I start looking at the chocolate. I haven't looked at sweet things, and bro, some people say that they got a fucking sweet tooth. All my fucking teeth are sweet, mate. Okay? I love that shit. I've been an addict to Creams, which is a dessert parlour in England. I've gone to Creams and I've cleaned up, bro. I went there with my ex, her 2 siblings, my sister, like, bro, they couldn't finish any of their food. I finished all their food and all of mine and asked for extra ice cream, finished all that shit. I probably cleared like 5k calories that day. I did it in about an hour. It was fucking easy as well. I could have eaten more. When I tell you that I've had problems with eating so much sugar, yeah? I've had problems. I've had problems with eating too much KFC. I know it sounds like a joke, like, oh, like, he eats too much KFC, fat fucker, like, haha. Bro, it's fucked. Like, think about it. Think about how bad it would be to, like, be thinking about KFC, creams, and all that shit when you're, like, just living your everyday life. It's fucked. And I can laugh about it now, but in the moment, it was really hard to get through it. Like, it was really fucking hard for me to stop getting these cravings. And only recently I started getting the craving because I did a very high intensity day. After the boxing sessions, I did 2 back-to-back in the evening, so between 7:30 and about 9:15 or something. I did 2 back-to-back sessions. And after that, I was craving chocolate. I didn't buy it. I just bought the yogurt, ate the yogurt and banana as a snack, called it a day. But trust me, bro, you're going to get cravings if you do a sport. If you just walk 100k steps, you won't get cravings. That's what I found, because it doesn't really fatigue your central nervous system. Once your central nervous system is fatigued, your willpower is drained, and a lot of these sports trainings are also in the evening, and in the evening your willpower reserve is already really, really low. You don't have much power of your brain to like tell it no. It's more likely to just override you. So that's it, bro. That's literally everything I've had to say. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been very valuable for you and you've been able to maybe even like take some notes about how you'd apply this to yourself. If there's anything that you want help with, my Instagram, just fucking DM me. Just DM me on Instagram. I've got this written out in a PDF, like this type of plan. My training plan's in there as well, and it's something that you can like sort of change around yourself. I've given you all the information you need in that PDF. A little bit more in depth than this because I've been able to write out certain things like calculating how to calculate your macros and what you need to calculate in terms of your calories and shit. But yeah, bro, if you want the plan for free, the PDF, just send me free plan on Instagram and I'll send it to you in the DMs. And with that, bro, like, comment, subscribe, comment any actual questions you have, by the way. I want to help you. So let me know what you thought of the video. And with that, bro, sweat or regret, man.